It's IBC 2024. We are in Hall 2 and we're on the Dejero stand, and I'm joined by Jeremy. Hi Jeremy, how you doing?
Hey, good to see you.
Good to see you too. So, Jeremy, what are you talking to visitors at the booth about this year at IBC?
Well, the big thing is our growing family line of the Engo 3, so we're adding more additions to it, and we're showing off the Engo 3X and the 3S as well, but also showing what we can do, and it's not just a mobile transmitter anymore. It can provide you robust field connectivity wherever you go, and not only that, you can combine and add external connections such as Starlink, OneWeb, all the other ones that are out there. We can help bridge those connections to allow people to do more with less.
Okay, we'll touch upon how we're using Dejero a little bit later on, but just let's talk a little bit further about the challenges that some of your customers are facing and how you're supporting those challenges.
Well, the big thing is supporting them is how can we find efficiencies? How can we help them out and grow, and then also help them and support them in what their needs are and their demands are. So a lot of that is getting virtual for us. So some of our receivers, cutting down costs on hardware can become an issue. So what we're doing is becoming virtual with our Waypoint Flex, which is one of our new virtual receivers. So you can do more on that. You can do NDI output, which is what we're demonstrating over my shoulder here, which is bringing a lot of people in. Utilizing a PTZ camera that's also connected to our gateway. So we're simulating a real world environment, being able to do a lot of that right now. Being more versatile and really building a robust platform for them to be successful.
Yeah, I mean, live events, and this year particularly has been a very election heavy year around the globe.
Of course, yeah.
I'm sure Dejero has come into the fore for serving those purposes.
Oh, absolutely. So, I mean, obviously we can talk about, all over the world, the different elections that are out there. The Engo 3 has been deployed in a lot of those scenarios, such as like Super Bowl, congested environments, even what we're dealing with now inside the show right now, as you can attest to. It brings challenges wherever you go in those crowds, because you could be overloading the local network when they just have a single event somewhere in a remote area. So the good thing that we show with an Engo 3 is actually having more antennas in our devices to be able to give you that robust connection to the local networks and able to get out to the internet and do what you need to do.
Yeah, which is exactly how we're using it here. So we're just locked in gateway mode, which is effectively using the internet side of the Engo 3, isn't it?
Yes. So that's our smart blending technology. So that's our core software. And the great way to think about it is all our devices run SBT, our smart blending technology software. We just happen to run our video encoding on our Engos in addition to running SBT.
Yeah.
So those are the big differences if you were to think of our hardware at that level.
I mean, our workflow, just for people watching, is coming out of a Canon camera into an Atmos Ninja, and we just need connectivity. We just need reliable, robust connectivity in a environment which is pretty busy, isn't it?
Yeah, I would say it's pretty busy. Also, it's a Faraday cage. It's metal building around you, and the fact that we're able to get out and get these kinds of speeds is really a testament to the design of our hardware, and then also in addition to our software.
Yeah, I mean, we're doing about 20 to 30 interviews a day, and they're whipping up to our editor, who we can leave at home. We don't need to bring him.
Right.
So there's massive cost savings there, and actually our workflow is faster because we're not having to run the risk of that SD card taking it to find him, and all the risks that can, bring in.
Oh, exactly. That's where data services, and I think, making things more IP capable in different formats as people standardize and drive that through the market. We're really just trying to keep our eyes and ears open and see what new standards are coming out, and then try to drive to not just what people are doing now, but what they really need in the future as well.
Yeah.
And I think that's an important part of IP workflows and getting them to that point, enabling them to do more with less.
Yeah. I mean, we're obviously a media show here, but your technology spans many other vertical markets, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Right now, we have a lot of our gateway product line is installed in 911 call centers in the U.S., emergency call centers. So what we can do with those is provide more reliable uptime at those centers. We can make sure people and first responders are responding accordingly and fast as possible. We're also providing connectivity to those first responders to make sure that they can coordinate logistically, because when lives are on the line, seconds count. And that's where we can really enable our customers to make sure that they get there and are doing what they can do.
Yeah. And in terms of other forms of connectivity, obviously we've got SIM cards in there. How about the satellite technology? How does that come in?
Well, I was very excited because over our shoulder here, behind us, you can actually see a Starlink mini terminal over there. Those are just another path for us to get out. And what we can do is, the great thing about our technology and our software is we can evaluate each connection near real time. So we can see where the packets are being lost. We can see when retranses are needed. We can pad, we can buffer, we can also paste packets across the different connections accordingly. So a user never really sees a big drop, a heavy jitter hit or anything like that. They're able to get out and do the things that they want to do, where it seems like they're just at home plugged into a fiber connection.
Yeah, amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
So where do you see, obviously without giving any Dejero secrets away too many, where do you see your roadmap in the next 12 to 24 months?
Well, and we were kind of hitting on it a little bit earlier. It's the software, it's making it so we can get into other hardware platforms that customers may already have. So there's things, we're virtualizing our software so we can get into, third-party hardware platforms such as Dell. We've partnered with Dell on the 3220. That's our first step into utilizing third-party hardware, because it's so hard to find a off-the-shelf product that's going to give you more than 2 cellular modems.
Yeah.
So having more connections and using other third-party hardware really enables us to be more versatile for our customers.
Yeah.
Especially in different markets, because it's hard. Importation and all those things become a problem. So,
Absolutely.
or issues that can pop up. So it really makes us very versatile.
Well, you've got a very busy stand here.
Yeah.
So people are obviously very interested in what you guys are doing, and you've been doing it for so long. And the technology is so robust. I mean, we're wheeling this around the halls of Amsterdam for 4 days, and it doesn't skip a beat. It's amazing stuff.
Absolutely. I always like telling the story of driving around in remote parts of the U.S. with my 9-year-old, using it as a hotspot, and he's the biggest critic I'll ever have. So if it works for him, it can work for everyone else. That could well be the most
important use.
Exactly, right? Like
to,
this is the things that we need to test, though, because we have to make sure it works. And when you find a tough critic, you want to make sure you can make them happy.
Jeremy, where can people find out more information?
They can go to our website at dejero.com, or if you're here in Amsterdam, you can always join us in Hall 2 at booth B09.
Jeremy, thank you very much indeed. And thank you for the loan of the Engo 3 as well.
No problem.
So you're watching this. It's been filmed and uploaded by the Dejero Engo 3 and edited within about 2 hours. So hopefully hot off the press. Do come and join the guys here from Dejero in Hall 2, and for everything else we're doing, it's at kitplus.com.